Good day, everyone. I am Joseph Katigay, under the advisorship of Dr. Kathleen de Castro Cruz, and our study is all about the mechanistic behavior of hydrogen diffusion and penetration into phlegm ion associated with polymer morphology through molecular dynamic simulations. Hydrogen is considered to be the energy of the future, as it has the potential to be generated from purely renewable sources. Current studies include its application in fuel cell cars and as well as industrial application. Now, in order to do this, we need to make use of a polymer electrolyte membrane fuel cell or PEMFC. These fuel cells make use of hydrogen as the fuel. It operates on the principle of having a redox reaction between oxygen and hydrogen to form water, heat, as well as electricity. At the heart of a PMFC is the polymer electrolyte membrane or PEM. This membrane allows for the proper functioning of the whole fuel cell. Studies have shown that there are different factors that could affect the performance of a PEMFC. This includes temperature, moisture, and microstructure. In this study, we will be focusing on the microstructure of the membrane and how it affects performance. Furthermore, studies have determined ideal qualities for a PEM. This includes good ionic conductivity, the membrane being an electric insulator, it being impervious to gas, mechanically stable, and chemically stable. In this study, we'll be focusing on its ionic conductivity as well as how the membrane should be impervious to gas. Now, while the ideal PM should be impervious to gas, in practice, gases do indeed penetrate through the membrane as shown in the figure on the right. We can see here that different components of gases are able to penetrate through the membrane. Furthermore, as you can see in this figure, there is a very limited amount of data available for the diffusion, for the diffusivity coefficients of different gases for different polymers, especially for hydrogen. This is by no means a comprehensive list. The development of advanced membrane technologies is hindered by the scarcity of reliable diffusion data for polymers, particularly for gas-polymer interactions. This lack of information impedes the optimization of membrane design and performance, leading to inefficient and costly membrane development processes. To overcome these challenges, comprehensive diffusion data for polymers are needed to improve the understanding of gas diffusion in membranes, enabling the design and optimization of more efficient and effective membrane technologies. To address these challenges, this study aimed to investigate the hydrogen penetration and diffusion into phlegm ion based on the penetration ratio of hydrogen in phlegm ion with varying side chain lengths via molecular dynamic simulations, as well as to decipher the mechanistic behavior of hydrogen gas into phlegm ion based on molecular interactions, also with varying phlegm ion polymer side chain length. Lastly, this study aimed to investigate the hydronium diffusion and conductivity in phlegm ion by varying phlegm ion polymer side chain lengths via molecular dynamic simulations. This study will have the realization of hydrogen fuel cells as the energy of the future in the real world. Along with this, hydrogen fuels will see a greater significance as an alternative energy resource to realize SDG 7 and 13. For that reason, understanding the underlying mechanisms in PEMFC polymers provides insights into the future development of hydrogen fuel cells. This study made use of molecular dynamic simulations using the Foresight module, while the binding energy was calculated using the DMO3 module. We were only concerned with the hydrogen diffusion mechanism, no other gases, as well as this study is purely in silico using BioVia Material Studio 2022. We did not consider other PFSA polymers, nor was there any wet lab experimentation. We made use of 10 Dell Precision 3460 computers with the following specifications for our calculations. For hydrogen penetration, this part of the methodology is based off of Chas developed method on evaluating gas penetration into membranes using molecular dynamic simulations. For cell construction, our cell comprised of 5 Fleming unit cell stacks, 3 hydrogen unit cell stacks, as well as a 30 angstrom thick vacuum layer. For the simulation parameters, we made use of a compass force field potential, where the atomic charges were calculated using the Gastiger model with the Ewald summation method. For the molecular dynamics, we made use of a constant temperature molecular dynamics, with the nose-hoover Langevin thermostat, performed at a constant 298 Kelvin with a time step of 1 femtosecond for a total simulation time of 0.2 nanoseconds per run. For the charge distribution, we made use of the DFT, PBE, GGA, DNP under the DMOL 3 module. Here, we were able to evaluate the molecular binding energies of hydrogen to the side chain. Lastly, for adsorption site, a maximum absorption distance of 3.5 angstroms was set. For the hydrogen and hydronium diffusion, this methodology was based off of Muir's study on the evaluation of gas diffusion in membranes using molecular dynamic simulations. Similarly, for cell construction, we made use of one Fleming polymer, 20 water molecules, 10 hydronium ions, and hydrogen molecules were added incrementally with loading values of 1, 2, 4, 16, 128, and 256. For simulation parameters, we made use of the same parameters as previously stated, the compass force field potential with the gas trigger model and Ewald summation method. For molecular dynamics, it was the same. However, this time for the total simulation time, it was just zero point 0.1 nanoseconds. To start off, we first validated the structure of Flemmian. Here on the figure on the top right, we can see the structural similarities between Nafion and Flemmian, with the only differences being its side chain lengths, but they both have the same chemical constituents. Here in figure 1, we see a XRD patterns for PWA Nafion composites. What is important to us here is the XRD pattern at the bottom for Nafion 117. Here in figure 2, this is our calculated XRD patterns for Flemmian. We can see a distinct similarity between Nafion and Flemmian, with identifying peaks at the following 2 theta degrees. A weak broad peak at approximately 40 degrees, a strong broad peak at approximately 15 degrees, and a strong sharp peak at approximately 17.5 degrees. This tells us that the structure drawn is very similar to Nafion. With the validated structures, we determine the hydrogen penetration. Here in figure 3a, we can see that hydrogen penetration ratio decreased by 11.53% from Fleming 1 to 5, where the penetration ratio is defined as the penetration depth over the membrane length. This suggests that longer side chain lengths decreases the penetration, meaning that hydrogen is not able to penetrate as deep with longer side chains as they act as an obstruction. This is further supported by the radius of gyration here in figure 3b, where we can see that the radius of gyration increases with increase in mass due to increasing side chain length. Now, in this context, the radius of gyration is defined as a distribution of the side chain of a polymer around its center of mass. Due to the aggregation of the hydrophobic backbones of Flemmian, the side chain is able to move, which explains the higher radius of gyration for the longer side chains. When modeling MST-based diffusion, it is important to determine if the diffusion being modeled is under the normal diffusion regime and not an anomalous diffusion. The normal diffusion regime is described by the following power law, where the mean square displacement should be directly proportional to the time raised to n, where n is equal to 1. Here in figure 4, we can see that since simulations on all polymer systems produce plots with slope approximately unity, diffusion is within the normal diffusion regime. This suggests that the hydrogen molecules follow a truly Einstein behavior, which means that the diffusion that was modeled was not anomalous, but rather it was truly random. In relation to polymer morphology, we have determined the hydrogen diffusion coefficients. This is seen in figure 5b, where we can see that longer side chains lead to lower hydrogen diffusivity. Now, in order to better understand this, we also calculated for the free volume, which is seen here in figure 5a, where the decreasing trend suggests that there is physically less space for hydrogen to diffuse through. The lower free volume relative to the unit cell volume suggests that there is physically less space for hydrogen to diffuse through. This means that a low percent free volume translates to less hydrogen diffusion, which reflects in hydrogen having low diffusivity coefficients in Flemmian as summarized in figure 7b. To validate our results, we applied the same methodology to Nafion to serve as a comparison as there is a lack of data available for Flemmion for direct comparison. What we have determined from the literature is that there is a wide range of hydrogen diffusivity coefficients available for Nafion. Using the same molecular dynamics methods applied on Nafion, the calculated MST-based diffusivity coefficient is within literature range. Now, relative to the hydrogen diffusivity coefficients of Flemmion, we have attributed this to the higher diffusivity due to it having shorter side chains. In order to determine the mechanistic behavior of hydrogen in Flemmion, we calculated for the adsorption energies as well as adsorption distances for uh, hydrogen in Flemmion, and we have determined that the possible adsorption sites for hydrogen in Flemmion are all near the sulfonate groups as well as the oxygen groups, seen here in figure 7. Here in figure 1, we can see that hydrogen has minimal interaction with Flemmion, with their binding energies being nearly zero. This means that induced dipole and van der Waals are not strong enough for the side chains to be considered as carriers, since for a facilitated transport diffusion, a carrier is necessary. Therefore, from this, our proposed diffusion mechanism for hydrogen in Flemmion is analogous to interstitial diffusion mechanism, wherein the hydrogen is able to diffuse through the polymer matrix due to the small interstices that is present in the polymer matrix. Now, when considering the hydronium diffusivity, we have determined that there is a very slight decrease in hydronium ion diffusivity in Flemmion with increasing side chain length as seen in figure 8a. This is explained with the increase in polymer domain due to the free volume. This will be further expounded on in the next slide. As for the conductivity, there is a decrease. Longer side chains leads to lower ionic conductivity due to the decrease in aqueous domain. Here, in the free volume analysis, we will be able to understand what the aqueous and polymer domains are. In figure 9, this is the solvent volume isosurfaces, wherein the blue figures represent the aqueous domain. Here in table 2, we have the surface area, free volume, as well as its ratio. And we can see that the surface area to free volume ratio of the aqueous domains increase with increasing side chain length. This suggests that the volume occupied by the aqueous domain decreases. The observed behavior is due to the formation of small water clusters and possible elongation of channels, effectively decreasing hydronium ion conductivity as well as diffusivity. For validation, we also applied our methodology to Nafion, and we found that the calculated ionic conductivity for Nafion, following the same molecular dynamic methods, shows good agreement with available data in literature. This suggests that the methodology used for calculating the ionic conductivity in Flemmion follows that of those for Nafion. All in all, we have determined that a decrease in hydrogen penetration was observed with increasing Flemmion side chain length due to the decrease in system percent free volume. Furthermore, the diffusivity coefficients of hydrogen and the hydronium ion in Flemmion with respect to side chain length was successfully evaluated. The results of the study supports the notion that hydrogen penetrates Flemmion through a mechanism analogous to the interstitial diffusion mechanism. A similar decrease in ionic conductivity was observed with an increase in side chain length due to the formation of smaller aqueous domains crucial for proton conduction. For future studies, further studies need to be performed to determine an optimal side chain length that will afford minimal hydrogen gas crossover without sacrificing ionic conductivity. Furthermore, elevated temperatures can be considered as another factor for modeling hydrogen diffusion. Also, more advanced modeling of proton conduction, including the Grotius component of proton conduction, can be performed. Lastly, experimental methods may be applied to determine the accuracy of the model employed in the computations. Lastly, here are some of the references I used for this presentation, as well as these references. Good day.